to another Inside Music Row. Today we'll hear from Toby Keith behind the scenes on the set of his latest video. We'll also check out a showcase with Canadian Core Blonde. Finally, we'll hook up with hot songwriter Lee Miller at a private event. All of this and more coming up Inside Music Row. Hey there, I'm Bailey, and I'm so glad you joined us for another Inside Music Row. We've got a great show today, so let's get started with Eric Church. Eric's latest project will be released April 9th. Caught in the Act Live was recorded at Chattanooga's Tivoli Theater in October and is his first live recording. The project includes many of his hits and is the only country show to be listed as one of the best concerts of 2012 by the New York Times. A special vinyl version of the record will be available on National Record Store Day, Saturday, April 20th, and will include 4 additional tracks and a whiskey-infused 7-inch disc. Carrie Underwood joins other artists like Zac Brown Band, Brad Paisley, and Toby Keith in providing some of the best seats in the house on her Blown Away tour to benefit charity. Ticketsforcharity.com is the place to find these unbelievable offers, and proceeds will benefit the ACM Lifting Lives program and Carrie's very own CATS Foundation. Australian country trio the McClymonts have been honored with Australian country music's most prestigious awards. They've earned the Country Album of the Year by the Australian Recording Industry Association and the Golden Guitar for the highest selling Australian album at the Australian Country Music Awards. The latest album by the McClymonts sisters hasn't yet been released here in the States, but stay tuned since it seems lots of good things are happening with them right now. Big Machine Label Group has launched an exclusive new mobile app, and it's all free. Big Machine is the first country label to produce an app that houses its entire artist roster in one centralized mobile hub. You can get all kinds of artist news, tour dates, and even preview and purchase new material. Plus, you can chat with others through the fan wall. The new app is available for iOS and Android devices. A special stamp will be available this summer from the U.S. Postal Service that includes Johnny Cash. An advisory committee received close to 40,000 suggestions for new stamps, and they selected 30 of those ideas. The stamp will cost 46 cents. Now it's time to go inside the song. Lee Brice took his latest hit, Hard to Love, all the way to the #1 spot on the charts, and we had a chance to ask co-writer John Ozier how that song got started.
I was fortunate enough to be asked to go on a songwriting retreat in Rosemary Beach, Florida at a guy named Joe Leather's place, and Kyle Jacobs, who produced the record, called and asked me to come down and write with them. And Lee and Joe Leathers and Kyle were writing a song outside, and Ben and Billy and I were sitting inside kind of angry because we weren't writing with Lee, and we thought, well, you know, let's kick around some ideas. My wife was actually with us on the trip, and she had left and said, you know, she's probably pissed off at me because I'm inside writing and working, and she wanted to be out at the beach. And we got on the topic, said, you know, we're all just hard to love, and we just kind of started talking about that, and Ben came up with that unbelievable melody, and it really kind of fell out. Lee came in about an hour into the co-write and said, what are y'all working on? And
wow.
We played him a verse and a chorus, and he said, I hate you guys, and walked outside, slammed the door, and he came back about an hour and a half later, and we'd finished it, and we played it, and he said, y'all, that's unbelievable, I'm going to cut it.
I'm hard to love, and you say that you need me. Well, I don't deserve it, but I love that you love me good.
The Ides of March are already here, and it's hard to believe 2013 is moving so quickly. It's time to get tickets to your favorite summer tour now before they're all gone. Let's take a quick peek at who's going where and when. It's time for our first quick little break, but before we go, we have a few copies of Cabin Fever from Core Blonde up for grabs. It's been a long time since we caught up with Core, but you'll hear more from him in just a bit. In the meantime, you can enter this week's drawing online only at InsideMusicRoad.com. We'll hear from Toby Keith coming up next, so make sure you keep it right here for more. Be right back.